Hi guys, so looks like we are on. I don't know, these days the starting up the stream, it lags a little bit. This is the second time that it does it to me, and it done it yesterday to the 3D painter as well. I don't know the reason behind it yet, so sorry for that. And now looks like everything up and running. If you guys can hear me, just if somebody can put it down in the chat if it's the sound, it's okay and everything is working correctly. Thank you very much. Hi Blade, and thanks for your patience, all of you. Now I did a little bit of work behind the scene in the background, so I finished up the head off screen a bit. As you can see, she's done. I only need to do the eyes. I kind of glued the head to the body, the arms, and done the belt as well. And today I'm probably gonna finish her up, so I have to finish the legs. And I did do the gloss varnish on the legs, but they're a little bit too tacky. So let's hope that when I'm gonna apply the tape on it, the masking tape, they're not gonna remove the paint. Hi Simi. Hi Ron, how are you? Now the varnish was applied a couple of days ago, so it should be fine. So I'm gonna put the chess piece away. I just wanted to show it to you guys. I'm gonna start taping up the parts that I have to still paint up. And thank you very much for everybody for joining on the live stream. Much appreciated. At the moment, I'm just gonna do some basic masking up. And this part of the body, I'm going to paint it up gold. That's why usually her classic uniform is the color. How are you guys today? I hope you're having a really nice start of the weekend. Today is Friday, so I hope by this time you're done with the work or you close to finish your work. I know some of my viewers, because of the time zones, they're kind of halfway to work, so that's always good. Some places have that they finish work on Friday a little bit earlier. So I hope you're in that part as well. And by the way, guys, if you missed any of the previous videos of me painting Jean Grey up, you can go and check out my other live stream. I did upload them on my main YouTube channel, so you can check them out over there. Okay, so one part is done. Let's do the other side as well. Again, I'm just taping it up really close. How is your weekend run? How is starting? I know probably you just wake up a couple of hours ago, and I wish all of you a fantastic weekend. And I do appreciate for you joining in, everyone. So thank you very much. And guys, don't forget that I'm streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure that you check back in. And if you want to see more videos when I'm not streaming, you can check out my main channel. I have lots of how to paint videos and lots of tips and tricks videos. They're a little bit older. I was thinking maybe to remix some of my older videos just to make them a little bit more shorter and with the new audio. So I'm gonna have a look about that. Uh, but yeah, you can check out the previous videos. There are lots of tips and tricks, and I'm going to start doing some other types of videos, mostly of skin colors. I have a couple of plans for the future in my head, so stay tuned for that. And my next project is going to be Omni-Man from the Invincible universe. And it's a pretty cool, more unique statue. So it's not from any of the big Patreons. I did show it off in the last video. You'll see how much time we have on the end of this video, and maybe I'm going to show it off a little bit more. If not, check back on Monday, and then you're gonna see it straight up when I start working on him. What happened to your back? Did you have an accident or something, or just happened during sleep? And I think I run out of clean foil, so just guys give me a second. I'm gonna go and grab some. Be right back. And I'm back. So I ran out of clean foil up here in my room, so I had to run down and take my wife's clean foil from the kitchen. So I always have a small roll of it up here, just in case I need it. But the last time I ran out, and as you noticed, I didn't replenish it. So and I'm just gonna cover all the leg up. And then I'm going to take a different type of tape and just going to tape it down right here on the other tape as well. So it doesn't go anywhere where I don't want it to go. You see, the problem is going to the doctor. When we go, they always find some extra more problems where we don't expect to have. So I know it sounds stupid, but I'm trying to avoid them as much as possible going to the doctor. Only it's when it's almost like a must. I'm trying to avoid as much as possible the doctors, to be honest with you guys. They never had a good news for me. Always when I go to them, they're like, "Oh, you have this, you have this." "Oh, you're not allowed to eat this anymore. Oh, you should watch out how much of that you use." Usually, I use the masking putty, but I don't like to use the masking putty on yellow because it leaves a certain residue on it, which is kind of really hard to remove and sometimes destroys the paintwork. So if you're asking why I'm not using the masking putty now, that's the main reason. I don't want to redo the whole thing again because of it. The yellow, it's a really, really fragile color, I have to say. It did happen to me before, so I'm kind of a little bit cautious. So I just prefer to wrap it up in clean foil and just do it this way. Okay, and this looks like it's all wrapped up. And I'm going to be really fast with this because I don't want to keep the tape too much on the statue. So I'm going to grab the gold that I'm going to use. And this is the gold I'm using, and this is from Liquitex. And actually, it's an acrylic ink gold, and I'm really liking it. So I'm gonna use this one. Okay, this is done. One side, and let's do the other one. Always make sure, double check that the tape is sticking down properly on the basket part. Otherwise, you could have some paint going through, and they can really ruin your day. Okay, thank you very much. It's an acrylic ink, and it's from Liquitex. I really like their inks. They are really cool. So if anyone is interested in it, here we go. I'm gonna try to show off on both of the cameras. Now I'm gonna let these a little bit dry and then start removing the tape. But it looks like that this has a little bit of funky sound, so I'm gonna try to remove any gold paint stuck into it. Now, usually metallics, they have a tendency of staying inside the airbrush. So just make sure you're aware of that. Okay, and now let's hit this a little bit with the hair dryer. And start peeling it off. Now, I don't like to leave too much the tape, the masking tape on the model. I always try to remove it as soon as possible, but you always have to make sure that the paint is dry as well. Sometimes when you're rushing, you can do more damage. Remember, guys, I told you that the varnish it's a little bit tacky, and I don't know why, because I applied the varnish a couple of days ago, but it still feels a little bit tacky for some reason. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of the other varnish before I tape up the other part of the leg. So here now I'm going to apply a little bit of a Raglan flash shade on the gold, because that's the perfect wash for the gold. And I'm going to apply it just around the gold and a little bit on the top of it as well. And it's always so much fun removing tape with your glove on. So the thing is, it's really warm over here. So if I remove the glove, it will be almost impossible to put it back on. So I don't want it just to throw it out yet. And here we go. Both of the gold are done. And as I mentioned, I'm going to get my wet palette. A really good brush. This is not as good as it's supposed to, so let's try the other one. And now I'm going to apply the Racklander flash shade around the gold. And this one I'm going to try to not overdo it, but to make it stand out really nicely in the same time. So take your time on this process. So guys, let me know if you have any plans for the weekend, or it's gonna be just one of those relaxing ones. Enjoy time with your family, maybe doing some work around the house. Now this has a little bit of a battle damage, so I'm gonna apply some flash shade on that as well. Now Citadel, I think, has the best washes out there. I know there are lots of company that they do similar things, but I don't know. For me, uh, it's the one that I always go back to. Even if I was trying to change it out for some other companies, I think they are still the best with washers. So the reason why I even put them in dropper bottles, because it's just a little bit easier to work with them this way, and I do use them a lot. So and I was asked a lot what type of drop bottles I did buy. So before I did buy some from Amazon, but they are really small ones, and I don't know, the tap, the top of it, the cap breaks really easily. Uh, so what I'm doing lately, I'm just reusing the bottles that I empty from the paint. Just clean them out really good, soak them in some warm water, and then maybe a little bit of an alcohol. I have a jar, a plastic jar specifically for that. Leave them over there for some time. The paint comes out, and I just usually reuse that drop bottles for the Citadel paints. You can go and try buying the ones from Amazon, but again, they are different size as well, and they are really bad. I have to say, the ones that I got. Now you could get lucky and you get some good ones. I didn't get lucky at all. So yeah. And guys, if you have any question, please put it down in the comments, in the chat. I mean, and I'm trying to answer them. And specifically if it's 3D or painting related. Now I have to say I really enjoyed painting up this Jean Grey. It's a really nice statue, and it's from Polymine Studios. You can find them on Patreon, and you can check out the models on the Instagram as well if you're interested. You can find me on Instagram as well, Gambit Neo One. You can follow me over there. I have short videos about tips and tricks. You can see my work, my previous work, what I worked on, and you can see kind of timeline as well, how I did do when I did do those models. So yeah, and if you're interested in any of the models, I do sell my models. So send me a private message, and then we will see if we can work something out. Or if you're interested in some commissions, at the moment I'm taking some of them on. So let me know if you're interested in anything like that. Oh, that sounds amazing. Spending time with the family, it's always the best thing. Unfortunately, with this hobby, it's mostly spending time away from family, unfortunately. So, this is kind of done. So, as you can see, the difference between two of them. This is just gives more depth and details to the leg. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one now. And then I will have to finish up this part. But first, I'm gonna give it a clear coat of the satin varnish because this is really tacky and I don't like it, and I don't want to have to redo the whole paint definitely on this. So before any accident happens, I will give it another clear coat of the satin varnish that it's not as tacky as the glossy one. I don't know why is the glossy one so tacky. Maybe it has to do something with the temperatures. It doesn't dry correctly. I'm not sure. Usually it's not as hot as it is now in Dublin Island, and the humidity in the air it just makes it a little bit more hotter than it's usually it is. Again, we here we are not used to the hot, so we are mostly used to rain. So when it hits us kind of in a way. But I have to say it's really nice, so I'm not complaining. It's just the thing that we are not used to the sun anymore. So Ron, I presume you're playing some Arc Raiders because you're so quiet. Okay, I'm gonna hit this with the airbrush a bit so it dries a little bit quicker. And now I'm gonna give it a second round to with the crackling flash shade. And by the way, guys, if you're in Europe and you don't have a 3D printer, but you would like to do something similar that I do, uh, I could print out a kit for you and send it over. If you're interested in something like that, again, just hit me up, send me a private message, and then I will be more than happy to make something. If you're interested, of course, I have a Anycubic M7 Max, so it's a pretty big printer. So mostly I can print almost anything on it. So far, looks like it's a quieter Friday, but that's okay. We're just gonna keep chugging along. Yeah, that's done. So what I'm gonna do now, before I do anything else, I see some marks on her bump and I don't like it, so I'm gonna try to clean down that. I saw some blue marks, but I don't know where they are from. So if you did use some varnish, what you can use some mineral spirits, and then with the cotton just dip it in a little bit, and then it's going to remove everything that's got on your model after the varnish. Yeah, that looks like removed all of it. So I'm going to check really quick now if I have anything else on the model, and then oh, okay, this glove makes the marks. I just realized that the glove that I had on had some tiny black on it. That's why it's important when you do your finish varnish to make sure that you have clean gloves on and has no paint on it, because it's so easy for okay, something is happening here because I keep removing, but more and more keeps appearing. So okay, this is clean now, so I have to put it somewhere where it's safe. How about there? And let me check out if I did any marks on this one. So guys, if you just joined in, thank you very much for joining. Much appreciated. And make sure that you hit that like button. It does help out the channel a lot. And at the moment, I'm trying to grow my channel a little bit, so every little thing helps. And make sure to check out my other content on my main channel. I have lots of how to paint videos. And I have lots of tips and tricks videos as well. Some of my early videos, so go check those out as well. Share it with your friends and family. That's always appreciated. And again, thank you very much for everyone who just joined in. Uh, Now I'm going to give it a clear coat of varnish. I did varnish before with glossy varnish, but it's really tacky. So before I continue with the rest, I just want to get that one out of the way. So I'm going to use some clear varnish to make sure I'm not doing more damage to the paint. And now I'm going to dry it a little bit with the hair dryer. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit, and I'm gonna do the other leg as well. I'm gonna clean out the airbrush from the varnish. Now, guys, let me know if you're working on any specific project. If you would like to share your work, you can send it to my Instagram on GambitNeo1. $700 medical pay a bill. That's always fun, especially in the States. Medical bills can get really quick out of hand. So, yeah, I think here in Europe we are just a little bit better. That's nice. So I presume you're not going to live stream today, Ron, because I know usually you don't do Fridays. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but mostly you don't do. So that would be leave max for Monday then. Ah, okay. Oh, you had the option to do the body in multiple pieces or in one piece. I see that one. It's a very, very funny thing as well, how you print your models. You have to watch out. I always try to print my models as, for example, this piece over here. I could print it in two pieces or in one piece. So it has an option with a cut over here, but I will never print this as two pieces because it doesn't have a perfect cut. Like for example over here, uh, who cut this? He cut it really good. I'm really happy. So anyone in Polymine Studio who done the cuts on Jean Grey, they're really really good. So I really really like them. But sometimes I feel like some patrons they do too many cuts, and some other patrons they don't do any cuts. But I like what I like now. This is the first more new statue from Polymon Studios. I did some Cardozo's sculpted the statues before ages ago, but this is the one from Polymine Studio, the very first one, and I have to say I'm really happy with the options. Yes, filling in the gaps sometimes can be really, really. And then again, depends on the cut as well. If you can hide that gap nicely, or sometimes it shows up. And now you see, guys, I did apply the satin varnish. It's supposed to be satin anyway on it, and it's not as tacky as the gloss varnish, but I don't know why that happens. So I'm going to leave this to dry a little bit naturally as well, not just with the hair dryer. So I'm going to start working on her hair. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit the torso as well. So this is the torso over here. So has everything already glued in. The arm over here, I did add a magnet. So this arm's going to be glued on when it's everything said and done. But this one is going to have a magnet. So I'm going to glue, give me a second. I'm going to bring the hand over here and the shoulder pieces as well. So it will be making more sense when actually I show you guys. So I didn't glue the effect to the hand yet, but this is going to be glued together permanently. And then with the magnet, I just can remove it if I want to ship it. If I sell the model, usually I don't really sell my X-Men, but again, for a good price, everything can be done. So if anyone interested in any of them. So these here are the shoulder pads, which are going to be glued as well. And this arm is going to be glued. And then here we have the hair. So this is already painted up red under it. And I did give a dark red wash on it. And now I'm going to do some dry brushing. So this is how she's looking now. The more the hair looks like a brownish. But after I'm done with the dry brushing, it's going to go back to the red color. So this is so far. So this was no point doing the magnet on this arm, but on this arm it's just so if I ship it, I can ship the hand separately. And I'm gonna showed up a little bit closer to the camera, so I still have to do the eyes. So her eyes depends. Sometimes it's a little bit bluish, and sometimes it's green. So I'm not sure which one to go at the moment. But before that, I wanted to do something, so I just remembered, and I'm going to do just that, just to finish it up. And I have a really tiny brush, and fortunately I didn't clean it out last time I used it, so the paint dried in it a bit. So and fortunately I let a metallic in it, so that's always more fun to remove it. And I keep saying to you, I'm gonna say to you guys, make sure that you clean the brush if you use it, especially with metallics. And you have to do the same with the airbrush as well, not just your brush. As soon as you used it, just try to clean it out. Even if you don't do a deep clean on it, just to remove some of the leftover paints, because they could be a nightmare to remove afterwards. Okay, so let me put her aside, remove the shoulder pads because they're not glued together yet. And I'm going to use this translucent red. Thanks very much. Yeah, she looks really, really good. So I just want to do a fine red line between her lips, just to separate it a little bit. So I don't want it to be anything thick or anything like that. Here we go, just a little bit more. So this will create a little bit of a separation between her lips. It's not big of a deal, but it does make the statue look a little bit better. So that's done. Clean out the pot for future if I need. And now this time I'm actually going to clean the brush so the red doesn't dry on it like last time. And that's a really old brush that I used to use for my minis. I had it, I think, at least for 5 years now. And now we're gonna do the dry brushing, as I mentioned earlier. And for that, I'm going to use an orange. A hot orange. She's a red hair, so I think that will do. Actually, I don't like this orange. Change of plans. We're not gonna use orange. I didn't like that orange how it looked on the. I did use orange previously on red hairs, but I didn't like this one how he made the hair look. So let me see this red. Maybe could be a little bit too strong. Yeah, this red will be better. So I'm gonna keep it with the red. I did red hairs before, and I did use orange. I don't remember what orange I used, unfortunately, but this orange wasn't what I was looking for. Now, this is just dry brushing. It's not too much happening. So I'm trying to do a couple of more unique projects a little bit. So soon I'm going to probably paint up a character from Dragon Ball as well. Uh, I did a couple of Dragon Ball characters. I done Broly. I done Cell. Uh, Mostly I done the bad guys. I wanted to do even the Majin Buu from Z Studios. Maybe one day I'm gonna paint up that one as well. We will see. But I wanted to go back to do a little bit of a superheroes. I didn't do one for some time. So that's how I choose the Jean Grey. And because I collect X-Men statues, I wanted to have a Jean Grey for some time now, but I do actually have a Dark Phoenix, and that's from LA Studios. The guys over there, they're doing some amazing work as well. There are lots of cool patrons out there, guys. So I'm always trying to pick something that not too many people painting up at the moment. sometimes can get in that place when everybody's doing the same model, and I always try to do a little bit different, not to do the same as everybody else at the moment. So sometimes I will even paint up more older models, or from artists that as not as known as, let's say, the Zad Studio, the Wicked, Tanuki. So I always like to put some spotlights on new artists. I have a really cool project coming up. I hopefully I get the model next week. I've been trying to get that model for years now. Uh, Only the artist didn't have time to make the cuts on the model, so actually I will have to cut up all the model myself. But his work, it's amazing. So if you're interested, stay tuned for that as well. I was thinking to maybe live stream how I'm doing the cuts on the model. We will see about that. So maybe will be a couple of live streams, me cutting up the model. Now, I'm not a professional. I didn't learn in any specific courses how to cut models. I learned it myself because some of the artists, as I mentioned before, they don't give enough cuts on the models. And I had to learn myself to do the cuts. Before I was doing just simple, basic, straight cuts, and then I keep evolving. So we'll see. Maybe will be a little bit of a different live stream as well soon. We will see how it goes. I'm going to ask the artist as well if he's okay with me streaming it. I don't see him having any problems with it, but I always like to ask before. I do want to work with the guy again in the future because his models, you guys gonna see it as well. They are unique. They are not your everyday superheroes or anything like that. He does his own spin on it, and I think he does it really, really good. Now, I have to say another thing from Polymine Studios. This hair looks amazing. It's the most detailed hair that I saw on a female character. I have to say they done something else with this, but it's a pain in the ass to print it. It's no way to not have support marks on it because of the shape of it. But it's amazing. I love it. But it gave me so much hard time as well. But I love the hair. It looks really, really, really good. But in the same time, I was like, oh, I'd even reprinted in a different position and actually was way worse. So I just again went with the first print that I did. Yeah, it's really really good. I really really like it. But again, because it's so much detail in it, it's a little bit hard to find the right way to print it. And again, to the guys, I have to ask Cardozo, who actually made Jane. He done a really really good job. Now, sometimes you have guys that they do the model, but you will have somebody else who cuts the models up. So that doesn't mean the artist that actually the cuts on the models. It could be Cardoso itself who done the cuts or somebody else. I don't know, but the cuts are really really good. But the hair, amazing. But it was really hard to print it out in a nice and good way. I did spend so much time on cleaning up this hair from the supports. Uh, You will not even imagine even if I tell you. I think I spent like 4 full days just on the hair. At one point, I was looking into change it out to a different hair just to try to do like a kit bash, and yeah, but I love it. In the same time, it's really, really nice. But it's just too much details in it, and the thing is with these, you don't want to lose the details. You want the details to stay there because it just gives a different life to the model. Now, this is not a bad thing that I'm saying about the hair, so guys, don't get it in the wrong way. I'm just saying it's really, really cool. And by the way, if any artist out there wants to me paint up any of their models, please reach out. I do work with a lots of small artists collaborations. So if you're ever interested to working with me painting up your models, again, more than happy. If you want to sponsor, I can make specific videos how I'm painting up the models as well. So I'm open for more collaboration if you're interested. I always try to reach out to smaller artists and work with them. I always like to put like I told you before, like a spotlight on smaller artists. So if you're out there and you want to show off a little bit more your model, reach out. We're more than happy to work with you. I try to reach out to many uh, artists on Instagram, but sometimes Instagram doesn't show you the messages. It puts it on like a hidden folder, and then some of the time the artists they don't even see the message from me. Did happened. Some people they reached out and they actually told me that they didn't notice the message for some time. So yeah, if any of you interested out there in anything like collaborate, don't hesitate. I'm trying always to check my hidden messages on Instagram as well. Okay, we are getting close to be done with the hair. I still like to just go back a little bit here and there. Now here I have to watch out a little bit as well because there are lots of small fragile parts on the print. And at the moment, I'm looking at the Venom from Cardozo, and I'm thinking I'm going to paint him up as well. Now I'm not sure exactly when he's going to get to him, but again, I really like it, and I have a different skin color for that one. I did paint up Venom from Cardozo before, and was one of my first Venoms. And that was painted up as black and gray. And then I had the blue and black. So for this one, I was thinking to do a whole different color on it as well. So we will see about that when it comes to it. I did see lots of cool Venom color combinations that I have in mind. Now, at the moment, the Fandom Venom is still my favorite Venom I have. And it's painted up a little bit differently. It has a really nice blue to it. It will be more than the OG Venom, but with a more modern spin on him as well. So I think just the black Venom can be cool as well, but I think it's sometimes a little bit too simple. So that's why I'm thinking to, when I'm gonna paint up this one, to do it a little bit different. Need a little bit more red. And guys, thank you very much for joining in. Much appreciated. You're very welcome. And I'm finishing up now Jean Grey's hair. Just the final touches, and the hair is done. And then I will have to do a little bit more on her legs work. I have to paint up some blue. So if you want to see how I did the rest of the blue on her body, stay here, and I'm going to start working on that as soon as I finish the hair. And again, this is an amazing hair. Oh, I managed to break off a small piece of her hair, so you have to watch out when you do the dry brushing. The guys on Polymine Studio, they did an amazing job on this hair, I have to say. It's a little bit too complex almost, but it's still really amazing. I really like it. Okay, and let's grab her torso and just place the hair on it so we can see. Yes, and that's what I was looking for. So this is how she looks so far. Now only the eyes are left on her face to be painted. I did notice something on her hair, so let me see if I can remove it. I think maybe some paper got stuck. Yeah, it was a piece of paper that got stuck on her hair from the tissue. And guys, don't forget, I'm streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you check back in. It's usually starts at 7. That's London time. So I'm pretty sure you can find that one out when it starts. And it will be much appreciated if you can check in time to time to see what I'm working on. Have some nice chat with the friends in the chat as well. And all the good stuff. And I'm trying to find the glove to apply the varnish. Thank you, Simi. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to So usually what I'm doing lately, I'm applying some glossy varnish, because I noticed with the glossy varnish, I'm going to show you which varnish I'm using. It's this one, but I'm putting it in a smaller bottle, so it's easier to move it around. But this gives a little bit more protection to the paint, so it doesn't scratch as easily. And then after I do the glossy varnish, I'm going to apply some stain varnish on it, so it's not as glossy. I don't know what's the reason, but the glossy varnish protects the hair better. Not the hair, the paint. Sorry. Now, this will do for now, and I'm going to hit it with the hair dryer. Okay, and now I'm gonna leave this to dry for a day, and then I'm gonna do the second varnish on it. And by this time, yes, the legs are dried. So I'm gonna finish up the blue part over here, and then I have the boots left, and the legs are done as well. So I'm gonna tape it up. So taping, it's always fun. Again, thank you very much, Simi. And thank you very much, guys, for joining in. Much appreciated. If you like what I'm doing here, make sure you go to my main channel. and give it a subscribe, give it a like. You can leave a comment. It's always welcome. Uh, it helps out with the YouTube algorithm. If you're interested in any of my models, you can direct message me. You can check out my Instagram, GambitNeo1. I do take on commissions as well if you're interested in something else that I don't have. So yeah, I have so many models that I would like to paint up that I don't have enough time. So I always have to choose between something that I like to do and something that maybe somebody else will be interested of picking up or see me painting up. It's always hard to choose what to paint up. I always try to find like a balance between the two of them. It's never too easy. That's great. Did you message him? Hey, Swedish, how are you? Or guys, as well, I'm offering kit bash services. If you want to do cuts or you want to change out a part on the sculpture, for example, like a weapon, a hat, or you want to add something, I do offer that services as well. So again, if you're interested, or you can be lucky as Ron and you reach out to the creator and he can do it for you straight up. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to wrap it up with some clean foil just to protect the paint. I don't want anything to happen to it, so clean foil the whole leg is the fastest and safest way. I have the masking putty that usually I use to do this, but that black masking putty usually leaves a residue on the yellow paint specifically. So I'm just gonna stay away from it. So again, as I mentioned, I don't want any drama with the paint up. So let me grab some tape and hold the clean foil in one place. How are you, Swedish? How are you these days? I heard yesterday that your Spider-Man is done. You just have to edit the video. So guys, in the chat, Swedish Forge over here is doing a life-size Spider-Man, which, to be honest with you guys, I can't wait to see. I always wanted the life-size Master Chief. Unfortunately, I don't have the space where to put it. It will be just too big for my house, and I already have problem with my statues. So it's one of the reasons actually I'm selling off my models, because I need to make more space if I want to paint up more statues. But if one day I will ever have a studio, it will be definitely a life-size Master Chief. That will be the first project, and I hope that dream comes true one day. But hey, who knows? Ooh, can't wait! Can't wait! I want to see like every small details that you can give. Like, try to put much information inside the video as you can, so other people, if they ever want to do something like that, they know what they're getting into. So this blue over here, I did brush it on, but now I'm going to use the airbrush to apply a little bit more. And I'm going to use, yeah, I really like the Spider-Man. It's really, really cool. I used to have that comic back in the day when I used to collect Spider-Man comics when I was a kid. So guys, this is Flow Improver. So this mostly is for paints that are not for the airbrush. Now, the paints for the airbrush, they have a different component in it than the paints for the non-airbrush compared to the ones to the airbrush. I know I just mixed everything up, made it more complicated. I'm pretty sure you can follow along. So use Flow Improver for the non-airbrush colors, and thinner for the airbrush, like this, air paints. And how are you, Swedish? Are you ready for the weekend? Any plans for the weekend? You just tired? Well, that happens when you have a long week in work and then you go home and you do your hobby as well. Okay, and now I'm going to do a little bit of shadows on the blue. And now I'm going to compare a little bit with the torso just to make sure that the colors are matching up. Yeah, that will do. So now I'm going to take down the tape because the tape here, okay, it didn't do any damage. Perfect. The tape over here moved, so I was afraid that it's going to leak under. And now I'm going to do it the same way as I done it on the torso. I'm going to use some pastels on the blue. So I'm going to put this in a safe place for a second and just prepare to do the pastel color and just close in the blue so I don't spill it out. And what's now after you do the video, Swedish? Are you planning to do another model? Or are you going to take a break for now and wait a little bit? Because if you do another model, I'm curious to see what you're going to do. The same guys, they done the Spider-Man, they done a Halo 3 as well, the same way. Only that Master Chief, it's not a full statue, so the cutoff is at the legs. But it's the same style as the Spider-Man, so it's on the wall applicable one. So I was curious if you intend to do that as well. Oh, you started on Blade. Nice. May I ask which Blade? From which Patreon or? So here I have to use a glove because I don't want to mess up, again, the paint on the leg. And now I'm just blending the shadows with some pastels. Now before I didn't use pastels enough, so now I'm trying to incorporate it as much as possible in my work. Now it's not all the time that it makes sense to use it, but I try to use it as much as possible. It does give a nice blending effect to your paint. I used to love Blade when I was a kid. I still like Blade, the movie with Wesley Snipes, but it was one of my favorite movies when I grew up. And I hope he returns as Blade. They were talking about it, so who knows, maybe one day. Oh, it's made with AI, probably, yeah. There are lots of them out there. And some of them are getting better. But yeah. There were a couple of Blade statues that came out earlier uh, from some of the patrons. I don't remember exactly. Lots of them, they done it at one point. and they had some really cool ones, and I always wanted to paint one up. I never get around it, so sometimes when if you don't do the model right then, uh, other models come out, or you just get distracted and start working on something else, and then you forget about it. When you told me that you going to do a blade, it just popped in my mind that I wanted to do a blade back in the day as well. I never got around to do one. Who knows? Maybe one day. You buy all your models from Etsy, Swedish, or you buy from, or you have like a subscription as well for Patreons, or you just do Etsy. Go you, Ron. So now you have no excuse to have the file ready for Monday or Tuesday, whenever you decide that you want to do the next stream. Okay, I don't know what's happening here, but my model it's all messed up, and I don't know why. He has every color on her. She has some red, and I didn't even go close to this one with red, but I don't know where they get the red from. Okay, I'm not happy with this. Okay, let's do the Miner's Spirit again. Wicked, yeah, they have lots of model over at Wicked. And definitely when you join in, watch out because you're gonna get some really useful welcome packs as well. So make sure you download those as well. Just those ones will set you up for some time to. Depends on what you want to print. Okay, if something else happened again to this leg, I'm going to lose it. So I have to reapply a little bit of the orange over here, the shadow. Have to make it really nicely so it doesn't look out of place now. And guys, if you just joined in, thank you very much. Yes, I will check it in a second. Okay, and I'm gonna finish up the metallic blue on the blue side. And this is one of those my nerve-wracking parts that you don't want to mess it up. So, guys, let me know what you're planning to do over the weekend. I know I asked the question before, but if you just joined in, let me know if you have any plans or you're just going to spend it with your family and friends. That's always nice, and I think is the best choice. Now, if you're wondering why I did the blue on the head off camera, I done it because it was a little bit easier to focus when I'm not talking. So because I really don't want to mess this up. Here we go. Just the back part left now. You will be finishing editing the video. I have to finish editing some videos as well. I got really, really lazy with editing the videos lately. And I have to go back and start editing again. I have a couple of videos that I have to finish. Never got the chance to do so. So that will be nice if I can do that. But I have so many things that I have to catch up this weekend. So if I manage to edit those videos as well, that would be amazing. I think myself, we will have a quiet weekend, but we will see. And just do stuff around the house that we have to catch up. Hi, Marius. How are you? Didn't see you for a long time, man. How are things? I'm doing some really fine lines over here, so I'm a bit focused because it's metallic color going over the yellow, so I really don't want to mess it up. Are you live streaming, Marius, as well today? Or are you just hanging out? Oh, you just finished your live already. Okay. So you're free for the rest of the day. We're doing good, thank you very much. Just finishing up this Jean Grey now. Just a couple of things left to do. And then she is done. So Marius, did you get a chance to pick up some resin? I know you were looking and getting it cheaper on Amazon. Like I think all of us that buy resin, we buy straight from Amazon. I know on the site they have it like they give you a free one, but I think around the Amazon is just better deal because you get it cheaper. And then if you have Amazon Prime, at least for me, I have Amazon Prime, so the delivery is for free. I don't know in your place if they have that option. Now there are two types of Prime. You can have just the video Prime, or you can have all all included Prime that does the free deliveries. But again, I'm not sure if you have it home. So for me, that works usually better out buying it from Amazon. Yeah, usually no, I don't know. Again, I used to buy it from. I even bought it once from eBay. Over there, they have it cheap as well. But I'm buying it from Amazon. It's always cheaper for me. And I know they have a nice deal. Like if you buy, I don't know, five, you get one for free on their site. But sometimes again, on Amazon it's just cheaper even that way. Depends whatever works better for you. Okay, this is on as well. And I'll only have to do her shoes, the sole of it, so that will be blue as well. Oh, actually, it's not done. I have to do the inside here with blue. I was celebrating too early, and I will try to do it on camera as well. And Marius, did you decide what you're gonna print next? I heard you were interested in a Wolverine. I noticed that you do more video game characters. And the PlayStation 5 gets a new Wolverine now, so I presume that's one of the reasons you want to do a Wolverine. Ah, okay. Oh, you're gonna make Siri. Nice. Can't wait for The Witcher 4. It looked really, really cool. The trailer that they showed, and they're gonna have Siri as the main character as well. And there are lots of cool series out there. At one point, I wanted to paint up one as well, but as I said, there are way too many models out there. And as soon as I start doing something else, something more different comes out, and so goes on. Do you stream games from your PlayStation as well, Marius, or you just do it from PC? Okay, now the leg is done, except the shoes, of course. So let me put everything away, the pastels and everything, before I make a mess. Just PC. But Wolverine comes out just on the PlayStation, so you will not be able to stream that one, right? Ooh, I didn't clean out the airbrush. Well, I think they're just releasing it on the PS. I'm not sure it comes to PC, but I could be wrong. As far as I know, they made Wolverine exclusives just to PS. But again, I could be wrong. I did pre-order it on the PlayStation, but I don't remember seeing it on Steam or anything else. And usually, PlayStation just release the games on Steam. Let me check it really quick. If Wolverine comes out on Steam, but I don't think so. Again. Oh yeah, yeah, of course. You can always make a figure. I have a figure that I want to make from Wolverine for some time now. I think over a year. But I had kind of disagreement with the guy who released the files, and I don't want to give him free advertising. So that kind of sucks a bit. So I'm gonna add a little bit of a clear varnish to the top part of the legs that I just finished paint. And I'm gonna dry it up a little bit with the hair dryer. Okay, and I'm just gonna test it out to with the torso. And yeah, the colors are matching up. So here you go so far. So yeah, this blade is the one that Swedish Wars want to make, and it's the one from Tanuki. And yeah, this is the really cool one. This is the one from the movie as well. This is really really cool. So this is blade, and it's made by Tanuki. I'm trying to move the phone away from the lights so it doesn't reflect the light. And it's a really cool blade. And how big you making this one, Swedish Forge? Oh, Swedish Forge, by the way, if you're wondering, give me a second. I don't know if this is looks familiar to you. How I was asking Swedish Forge how big you going to print out the blade? Is gonna be like a big statue again, or is going to be just like a normal scale? Okay, this is dry, so I'm gonna take off the glove, tape up the boots. So blade is going normal. Okay, okay, okay. And again, guys, I'm just you don't really print normal size, but sometimes happen. Yeah. And are you going to print all of it in FDM, or are you going to print it in resin? FDM. I'm curious how it's going to look. That's a pretty cool model, I have to say. Enjoy. Okay, one leg it's taped up, and now I'm going to do the other one. I hope this will be a little bit faster. The leg has a better angle at it, so hopefully it will be a little bit easier to tape it up. Let me know, Swedish Forge, how the FDM print comes along with Blade. I never actually ever printed a statue in full FDM, so especially at normal size. So I'm curious how it's going to look. If the details are staying there, or you're gonna lose some of it. I did print my bases usually in FDM, but they don't have too much details. Usually they are mostly rocks. So I can get away easily with that one. But I'm curious how it's going to look like a smaller size, all printed in FDM. By the way, question: did you ever do anything like a statue like that in FDM before, Swedish? You have already experience with it, or this will be your first time doing something like that on an FDM printer? Now I'm going to do something that usually I don't do, so I hope I don't mess it up, because if I do, I'm gonna be pissed. You know what? No, I'm going to do it the proper way. I'm gonna put the clean foil on it. At this point, don't care. I just waste a little bit more time, but better safe than sorry. I wanted to skip the part with the clean foil, but again, I don't think it's worth it. So here we go, all wrapped up, and hope we avoid some drama. And I'm gonna do really quick the same thing on this one. Okay, and now let's put the glove back on. You're all excited, Ron, are you? Okay, one it's done, and let's do the other one quick. Okay, I'm gonna put it somewhere safe so I can dry a bit. Guys, if you just joined in, uh, thank you very much. You're very welcome. I almost finishing up with this statue, Jean Grey from the X-Men. I had to paint up her shoes, and I just wanted to go a little bit safer, so I did tape it up all up. I decided to do it with the airbrush, so it's a little bit faster. Now just I have to find the end of the tape and remove it really nicely. And unfortunately, this tape did chip away a little bit of the paint. Okay, so I have to correct it over there. So on this leg, I will have to do some fixing. I don't know why that's so. It done a little bit of a chipping over here on the paint, but it done it just on the shadows, so I can redo that. It's no problems. I just have to reapply a little bit of the pastel on it. I'm not sure why I did it. Okay, let me use the stick. And let me remove the second one. Okay, and this is okay. This one didn't chip any of the paint off. I don't know what happened that it chipped away from the other one, but again, not a big deal. I'm going to fix it on camera. And on this one here, I just have to do a little bit of a line around it with the same metallic blue. So I'm just going to do that right now. And once that one is done, then officially Jean Grey it's done. I just will have to finish fixing up that small part on her leg. Oopsie. I put my finger where it's not dry yet. When you paint up with brush, small parts, it's always the worst part of it where you put your other hand, your fingers. Because if you put it in the paint when it's not dry, you can make a lot of damage and set your progress back for with some really unneeded time fixing it up, like my tape removing some of the paint. And usually these paints, the tape that I use, they don't remove paint. It's the Tamiya one, and usually they're really really good. But this time it did remove some paint, and I don't know why, because it was sealed and everything, but it still did it. So it's one of those mysteries nobody knows. I'm really holding it here awkwardly as well, and I just noticed my camera, it's a little bit off. Okay, so let me check if this has any defects. Has to be just a little bit of a cleaning of the dust of it. But this one, it's officially done now. So at least one of the legs is done. And now I'm gonna do it quickly, the other one as well. Okay, guys, and officially now I just have to do a little bit touch up over here, here, and here, and then Jean Grey, it's done. So I'm gonna do a 360 on her on Monday. So on my next live stream, uh, she's gonna be waiting for you in a 360 view. So if you want to see her, make sure to come back on Monday. Or I'm gonna post a video of a 360 of her on the Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and all of the channels on Tuesday. So you can choose to come back Monday and see it, or if you don't have time, you can check it out later on the live stream. But I'm going to show her off on Monday. By then, I'm going to finish up the small touches here and there, and hopefully all will be good. But otherwise, she is done, and it was an amazing model. I really enjoyed painting her up. And guys, don't forget, I'm streaming every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So make sure you check back in. And thank you everybody for joining in. Much, much appreciated. Now I'm going to finish my live stream over here. And I hope to see you on the next one. If you want to see more videos, make sure you check out my main channel. And have a nice weekend. Enjoy. See you on Monday.